We're going to talk about the mandatory insurance that you need when employing staff, and this is both for Hong Kong and for Singapore. So first of all, Hong Kong, there's something called employees' compensation insurance, and this is a legal requirement for all employers in Hong Kong. Do note that some insurers actually are reluctant to quote on this, so you need to go out to multiple insurers to make it go. So this can be an administrative time process. Generally, I see clients taking 1 or 2 weeks to get this sorted. Often this is added to other forms of insurance. So if you get office insurance for the contents of your office, often you can add on the employee's compensation insurance. This isn't an expensive insurance. It may only be a few $1,000s Hong Kong per year per member of staff. It all depends what those staff do. So the insurance for a building site worker is much higher than a clerical worker who's in an office all the time. What it does is it covers injuries and death arising from accidents due to employment. It often includes direct travel to and from work as well. And it's very important to notify the insurer immediately on the accident and actually get advice on what further reporting you need. The legislation around this can be quite difficult to understand. So my advice is talk to the insurer as soon as something's happened and get their advice on what you need to do. There are significant fines for non-compliance. To sum that all up, this is vital, this is legal. You're required to do it, so please do. And actually, the benefit to you of this is if there is an accident of one of your employees, this can help pay for their salary whilst they're not at work. In Singapore, the landscape is a little bit different. Whilst the intent of the insurance is the same, it's important to note that it's not mandatory for all employees. So it only kicks in for local or foreign employees who are doing manual work, regardless of salary level. So my example before of a building company, that's mandatory. But if it's a clerical company or a fintech company, etc., for non-manual work, it's only if the staff are earning less than 2,100 Singapore dollars a month. That will be increased to 2,600 come April 2021. That's when the kick in is. What we've seen with clients is they hire a few expensive people, the head of the office country manager, etc., and then they start employing lower grade people, and they forget to kick this insurance in when they start employing the intern or the part-time person, etc. Worth noting at the same time is that whilst employment pass holders, this isn't relevant, but for S pass and work permit holders, Singapore also requires medical insurance to be put in place. Same way as Hong Kong, there are significant fines if you're non-compliant. So whenever you employ staff, you really need to look at what insurance you need. So to come up, act quickly and actually act before you hire the employee. So as part of your hiring process, you should be on top of this. Be very aware of the salary levels and keep clear documentation so you can report year to year so they can adjust your premiums. These aren't highly expensive insurances, but the penalty is very high. So please make sure you're on top of it. As always, any questions, please let me know.